I bought him the car as a wedding gift, and he used it to cheat on me 4 days later. Then I found out the loan was forged, the title was fake, and I wasn't his only victim. So I went public. And now he's a warning with cuffs on. I still remember how he looked when I gave him the keys. Like I was the whole damn universe. Like he couldn't believe someone like me would choose someone like him. I should have known then. Hi. I'm Ava. I'm 30. I used to believe in forever. I paid for the down payment myself. $11,200. Every bonus, every freelance gig, every maybe later haircut, into that car. It was supposed to be our wedding gift. From me to him. Because he never got anything just for him. We'd just gotten married that week, courthouse, champagne, promises. The kind you whisper when you're scared of breaking them out loud. He wanted the car for his new real estate hustle. Something about branding, luxury image, you know how clients are. So I surprised him the morning after the honeymoon. I filmed it. He cried. Or maybe I thought he did. 4 days later I was scrolling TikTok on my break. Stupid algorithm fed me a local video tagged. Hashtag real estate crush, hashtag luxury goals, hashtag Florida couple vibes. And there it was. The car. My car. Same color. Same custom chrome. Same vanity plate, AV4 love. Only this time it was parked outside a rooftop bar. And he wasn't alone. She was in the driver's seat. Wearing his sunglasses. Laughing like she already owned everything in his world. He leaned in, kissed her on the cheek. She flipped the camera around and said, "We're celebrating new beginnings." My hands went numb. I watched it 4 times, thinking I was wrong. That maybe it was a lookalike car. That maybe that wasn't his profile tagged in the comments. That maybe I wasn't the punchline. But I was. And they'd posted it from his account. I called him. He answered like nothing was wrong. Said he was in a meeting. Asked if I'd remember to order more protein powder. I didn't say a word. Just hung up. That night he came home with takeout and tulips. Said he missed me. Said I looked tired. Said I was probably overworking again. I asked him quietly. Who is she? He didn't flinch. Just smiled. Ava. Come on. You really think I'd be that dumb? I looked out the window. The car was gone. He said he parked it at the office. The next morning a text popped up on my phone. From an unknown number. It said, "You don't know the half of it. Check the registration." You ever stare at your own name long enough that it stops looking real? Because that's what happened when I pulled up the loan documents. I wasn't even supposed to have access. But the mystery number had sent a link to a PDF hosted on a Google Drive account named Shared Memories. Inside, a scan file from Drive Fast Finance. Application date, 2 weeks before the wedding. Borrower, Ava Carson. Co-signer, none. I hadn't signed anything. But there was my name. There was my social. There was my damn signature. Sloppy. Crooked. Forged. I ran cold. I checked the VIN, the number etched on the windshield. Same car. Same doc. And then I saw the second page. Transfer of title pending, dealership to private LLC. The LLC? His. Registered 3 months ago. Listed address? His ex-girlfriend's condo. I didn't even know they were in contact. He came home late that night. Said the office Wi-Fi was down, so he was driving around looking for a hotspot. I asked him if he'd refinance the car. He blinked. Then smiled. Babe, this again? It's a business vehicle. I told you everything's in motion. I didn't answer. Just held up my phone with the PDF on the screen. He went quiet. Then. Wow. So now you're spying on me. I wanted to scream. But something in me had already snapped shut. It wasn't just about the car. It was the way he said you're overreacting like it was a script. Like he'd said it to someone else before. The next morning, I opened the glove box. Inside, next to the insurance and registration, was a receipt for champagne. 3 days ago. Location, Ocean View Inn, Suite 504. 2 guests. I checked his calendar. That was the day he said he had a conference call in Miami. I showed up to his office at noon. He wasn't there. But guess who was? Her. The girl from the TikTok. Answering his phone. Wearing my sweatshirt. She looked me up and down like I was the problem. Oh, she said, "You must be Ava." I didn't answer. I just stared at her. Behind her on the whiteboard was a slogan written in red marker. New energy. New partner. New life. Underneath it, a Polaroid of them, arms wrapped around each other, standing next to my car. There was something else in that photo. A manila folder. Peeking out of her purse. It had my initials on it. That night, she messaged me from a burner Instagram account. Only 1 sentence. He did the same thing to me last year. Want the proof? I met her at a park. Neutral ground. Daylight. Somewhere public in case this all turned into a scene or a setup. She looked younger in person. Softer but worn. You know that kind of tired that doesn't sleep off? That was her. She handed me the folder. No drama. No pity. Just one line. He did it to me with a boat. Inside. Lease agreement, her name, his forged co-signature. Title transfer to the same LLC. Surveillance photo, him and another woman on the boat. Taken 5 days after their engagement. Then she showed me her bank statements. Thousands drained. Auto withdrawals tied to a car loan. The same finance company. Same pattern. Same scam. Same man. I reported him, she said. But the cops said it was a domestic dispute. Nothing prosecutable. And by the time the paperwork cleared, he'd moved. Changed his number. Started fresh. I should have left right then. But no. I needed proof of my own. So I started digging. That night I went through his office drawers. Carefully. Quietly. Like I was tiptoeing through someone else's marriage. In the back of the bottom drawer was an old phone, cracked screen, no SIM. But it turned on. Gallery folder. Drafts. Photos of me. Sleeping. Cooking. Laughing. And then. Photos of other women. On our couch. Wearing my scarf. Holding my cat. Some of them looked barely legal. Some were pregnant. The dates on the images? All within the last 18 months. He hadn't stopped cheating. He'd never started being faithful. In one video clip, he laughs while pouring champagne into a woman's shoe. My wedding shoe. I don't remember crying. I just remember the taste of blood in my mouth from biting my own cheek to stay silent. He came home 2 hours later. Grinned like he was about to kiss me. I handed him the phone. Didn't say a word. He paused. Scrolled. Froze. Then said, "You weren't supposed to see that." Then he walked past me, picked up his keys, my keys, and left. No apology. No shame. Just left. And I swear to God, I heard him whistle as the engine started. I didn't sleep that night. Didn't shower the next day. Didn't eat. But I did start reading. Every contract. Every message. Every comment on that TikTok. Because it didn't stop at the video. No, that was just the spark. The new girl? The one in the TikTok? She'd made her profile private after it blew up. But the internet never forgets. Especially not jealous exes. Especially not angry women with receipts. Someone had already uploaded a repost of the video to Reddit. Title. This dude just got married, and he's already in a soft launch with a new girl, in the car his wife gave him. The comments? Brutal. But no one knew it was me. Not yet. I stared at the screen for a long time. Mouse hovering over reply. Heart in my throat. Then I did it. I posted everything. Mass names. Blurred faces. But the story? Real. Raw. Unfiltered. You ever post something just to scream into the void, and then the void screams back? Within hours, my DMs were flooded. 3 different women sent pictures of him. Same man. Different names. Different cities. He had aliases. Burner phones. Even a fake LinkedIn. One woman thought she was still dating him. She sent me a photo of the 2 of them, taken yesterday in my kitchen. He told her I was his tenant. That I crashed after a breakup. That I was emotionally unstable. She apologized. To him. And that's when I realized. It wasn't just me he fooled. It was everyone. His charm was a weapon. His silence armor. The next morning he was back. No explanation. No shame. Just poured himself coffee and said, "You've been busy. Nice little pity parade you started." I didn't answer. Didn't flinch. He stood there for a second, sizing me up. Then said, "You'll take your own credit if you push this. You co-signed. Not me. And defamation? It's still a thing, sweetheart." He took a selfie in front of my kitchen window, same spot as the TikTok, and posted it with the caption, "Unbothered. Stay mad." I didn't reply. I reported him. Every message. Every document. Every video clip of the car. And then I called the loan company. They confirmed what I already knew. The car was in my name. The debt was in my name. The registration? Transferred to his LLC 4 days after our wedding. Without my knowledge. With a forged signature. They offered their regrets. But the payment was still mine. You think you'd walk away after that, right? Nope. I walked toward it. I got a lawyer. Then I made a plan. But first I needed something final. Something visible. I drove across the city to a cafe where I knew she worked, the TikTok girl. She didn't recognize me. I ordered coffee. Sat down. Waited until her shift ended. Then as she passed I said her name. Softly. She turned. I smiled. And placed a small envelope on the table. Inside. A photo of me and him on our wedding day. A printout of the car loan in my name. A flash drive with every video of them together. Her face went pale. I stood up. Looked her in the eyes. He told you I was his tenant. But I'm his wife. Was. And then I walked away. 2 hours later, I got a text from a number I didn't recognize. Just one line. I know where he is tonight. Want to make it count? The message came at 7:38 p.m. Unknown number. But I already knew who sent it. The TikTok girl. Her name was Mia. She'd gone silent after I gave her the flash drive. But now she was back and she had a location. Barlow and Rich. A rooftop restaurant downtown. One of those overpriced date night places with fairy lights and valet parking. And guess what was parked outside? My car. Still mine legally. Still in my name. Still draining my credit score with every payment. I didn't call him. Didn't warn him. Didn't cry. I went home. Changed. Put on the same white dress I wore to our rehearsal dinner. Grabbed the spare key. Grabbed my phone. And drove there in an Uber, of course. Because I wasn't leaving in that car. Not alone. He didn't see me at first. He was laughing. Tossing his keys in the air like he was in a goddamn rom-com. And she was still with him. The third one. The newest one. Holding his arm. Wearing a leather jacket I recognized it used to be mine. He opened the passenger door for her. Then walked around to the driver's side. That's when I stepped out of the shadows. He froze. Hey babe, I said, loud enough for the valet to hear. Mind if I take my car back now? Or should we do this the hard way? He blinked. She blinked. I didn't. He tried to laugh it off. Seriously? Ava, you're causing a scene. I held up the registration. Then held up my phone. Already live. Say hi to your fans. I was broadcasting on Instagram Live. Over 2,000 people were watching within minutes. His Reddit post had gone semi-viral and the internet never sleeps. Here's the guy, I said to the camera, who forged my signature, stole my car, and told 3 different women they were his one and only. Say hi, sweetheart. He lunged forward but not at me. At the phone. Too late. The police cruiser turned the corner and lit up its sirens. Yes. I called them before I left. Yes. I had the loan documents, text messages, and Mia's signed statement printed and organized in a folder labeled theft and fraud. They pulled up just as he was yelling. This is harassment. She's insane. That car is mine. The officer stepped between us. Sir, is your name Ava Carson? No. Then we've got a problem. The keys fell out of his hand when the officer said, Ma'am, would you like to reclaim your property? I caught the midair. The click of the key fob unlocking my car was the most satisfying sound I've ever heard. The new girl? She backed away slowly. No screaming. No crying. Just betrayal bleeding from her eyes. You told me you bought it, she whispered. He didn't answer. Didn't look at her. Didn't look at me. Just stared down at the pavement like it might open up and swallow him. You know what victory smells like? New leather and old lies. I climbed into the driver's seat. Put the phone on the dash. Still live. Flipped the mirror down. My mascara had run. My cheeks were red. But my eyes? Sharp. Unblinking. Thanks for the wedding gift, I said. Now get your own damn ride. Then I peeled out. Right past the sirens. Right past the girls. Right past the man who thought I'd never fight back. The live stream ended with one final shot. His face in the mirror. Hands cuffed behind his back. Mouth moving. No sound. But the caption said enough. You said I was overreacting. I say you underestimated me. The adrenaline wore off sometime around midnight. I parked outside my apartment. Let the engine idle. Inside everything was the same. The cheap lamp with the tilted shade. The untouched wedding bouquet on the table. The champagne bottle we never opened. And my reflection in the mirror. Wearing the dress I once thought I'd be buried in. I took a shower, burned every paper copy of the wedding photos, and curled up on the couch with nothing but silence and my phone. It buzzed twice. First, a text from Mia. I told the next girl everything. She left. He's alone now. Second, a voicemail from my mother. I hadn't spoken to her in weeks. Her voice cracked before she got 3 words in. Ava. I saw the live stream. And I just want to say, I'm sorry. For not listening. For saying he was driven. For acting like you were lucky to have him. Then silence. A sigh. And one final line that hit harder than the rest. I married your father when I was your age. And I stayed. Don't make my mistake. Click. I should have felt vindicated. Instead, I felt vacant. Like all the fire had burned through me and left only ash. But even ash can spark something new. The next morning, I started cleaning. And that's when I found it. The folder. Tucked in a drawer behind a stack of receipts and an old iPad. Inside were letters. Dozens of them. Some to me. Some not. One was addressed to Heather. Not Mia. Not me. A different woman. Different handwriting. But the same pattern. Same excuses. Same lies. Same promises. One letter read. The car is in your name, but I'll make the payments. I swear. And beneath it, a photo of him holding a baby. Not mine. Not Mia's. Not Heather's either. Suddenly, the story wasn't just about me. There was a trail. A blueprint. Of women he used, drained, disappeared from before any of us ever connected the dots. I called the detective handling the report. Asked if any other women had come forward. He paused. Then said, "Not formally. But we're watching his accounts. There's a pattern." 2 hours later, I got an email. A local news station wanted to run the story. They picked up the live stream. And they wanted me on camera. They offered to blur his name, his face. I declined. No. Use it. All of it. By the time the story aired, there were 12 women who'd reached out. A nurse. A single mom. A college student. He promised them cars, homes, futures. They all ended with debt. And silence. But not this time. This time, we found each other. And suddenly, I wasn't alone. Mia organized a group chat. We called it the registry. Every screenshot, every signature, every gaslight documented. Some of us laughed. Some of us cried. And some of us just breathed for the first time in years. A month later, I got another letter. This time from his lawyer. He was suing me for defamation. I read the envelope, smiled, and added it to a folder labeled, "He can try." Then I opened Instagram. His profile was gone. But a new one had popped up. Same face. Different name. Already posting TikToks from a new city. New girl. New car. And in the background? A flash of white. My old scarf. The scarf was mine. The new city wasn't. But I recognized the backdrop, a boutique hotel in Austin, one I almost booked for our honeymoon. He was already starting over. Same tactics. Same smile. Same script. Only now the audience had changed. Because this time we were watching him. All of us. The registry had grown. 15 women. Then 20. A private forum. Shared docs. Legal tips. Screenshots. Mia joked we should trademark the name. Jenna offered to build a website. I reached out to the journalist who first aired my story. What if we go bigger? I asked. How big? National. The interview aired 2 weeks later. Primetime. A segment called The Car Con Artist. My face wasn't blurred. My voice wasn't masked. My name is Ava Carson, I said, staring into the camera. And I married a lie. We showed the live stream. The TikToks. The evidence. And then the faces. One by one, the women came forward. Some on camera. Some through voiceover. Different accents. Different cities. Same story. After the broadcast, the dam broke. Viewers flooded in. More women. More victims. A woman in Florida said he proposed to her using a photo of me. Another in Colorado said he crashed the car and blamed her for not insuring it properly. The police couldn't ignore it anymore. The case reopened. Fraud. Forgery. Grand theft. And this time with a task force. They subpoenaed his devices. Found a folder called Inventory. Each woman had a file. Name, age, assets. Even photos of our homes labeled with notes like, "Good credit. Weak mother. No siblings. Isolate and bond." They arrested him at a rental property. Wearing a new suit. Driving a different woman's Lexus. She was 6 weeks pregnant. And thought he was a startup founder. I testified at the hearing. So did Mia. And Heather. And 4 more. He didn't look at us once. Didn't speak. Just signed the plea deal. 2 years. Probation after 1 but with restitution. His accounts frozen. His assets seized. Including the LLC. The cars. The files. And my scarf. You can't return time. You can't refund trust. But you can reclaim your story. I sold the car. Used the money to fund the Registry Foundation, real name, real nonprofit. We offer legal resources. Digital tracking. Survivor stories. And one very sharp motto. We believe women before the damage. Sometimes I still get messages. Angry men. Jealous exes. Even concerned relatives. But more often I get this. Thank you. I thought it was just me. He made me a victim. Then he made me a joke. Then he made me the headline. But I made myself a warning. And I made him a footnote. You lied to me with a car. I answered with a convoy. Watch your mirrors. We're everywhere now.